gonna be so different now because I'm literally on my Mac. Man.
It's all good. We're live now. What's up, fellas? Happy Kyle Pitts week.
Yeah, amen. Let's just hope Corey doesn't want Crowder to do anything, but I want Crowder to do something. So
I'm trying to figure out where I want to put Madison right now in my rankings.
He's top 15 guaranteed.
I'm putting him 11. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I need to move Joe Mixon down too, because it sounds like he's gonna be limited a little bit.
Dude, am I crazy if I say? Oh, I can't do that. I was gonna say, am I crazy if I say Madison over Chubb this week? But I can't.
No, I have Chubb. I have Chubb at 9, and I have Harris between him and Madison.
Najee?
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, I currently James Robinson's what I'm trying to figure out.
I have him pretty high.
I think I'm gonna have him at 9.
I have him at 12, I think. Okay, maybe I don't have him pretty high if you're gonna have him at 9.
Well, because JT, I mean, like
is Hyde playing? Do we know that?
I don't believe so. Let me check. Carlos Hyde, MBT Sports. We gotta get some comments.
Yeah, I'll get through some here. Okay, so Mo is the first one in here. We'll give him the first come, first serve. Hey, what's up, guys? Which D should I start? Saints D or Cardinals D with Murphy out? Also, okay, so the first question there, Saints. I would go with the Saints defense. Who are they playing again?
Saints go against Washington football team. Cardinals go against the Niners.
Right. I guess it's a rookie quarterback, so it's definitely intriguing to play the Cardinals defense, but I think the Saints are just the better unit, so I'll play them. Also, I need to bench one. Allen Robinson, Michael Pittman, Jacoby Myers, or Damien Harris. I'm probably going to bench Damien Harris there.
I was about to say that too, man. Like, honestly, he's missing 4 of his 5 starting offensive linemen.
Allen Robinson deserves to be benched, though, if I'm being honest.
Dude, if you can't start him in this matchup,
this matchup isn't that good, though.
I know,
the Raiders have been pretty good against wide receivers. Like with Harris being out that many offensive linemen, I'll take that as the tiebreaker, and I'll sit Damien Harris there. Mo, and he has a few offensive line guys out, for sure. So if Damien Harris didn't have like the offensive lineman out that he does, he'd be inside my like top 20 running backs, probably like fringe top 20. But right now, I currently have him at 23 behind Josh Jacobs.
Dude, I don't even have him that high.
I mean, I think you could make the argument that he could be in like the mid to late 20s for sure, even early 30s. I just I have a feeling he's just going to get in the end zone in this game, but that's kind of a tough decision all around because Allen Robinson's the key pivot point there. Is like, do you trust Allen Robinson?
Damon Harris is 26 for me.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Evan says, fellas, I've missed the last few live streams. So glad to be back. 2 quick ones today. Need to start one. Already went Patterson in the flex. Godwin, Devontae Smith, or Odell. That's pretty easily Chris Godwin for me there. Also, Hunt, Chase, or Adam Thielen in the flex. Yeah, no worries.
Chase.
Go with Jamar Chase there. Jair Alexander's out for the Green Bay Packers, so he's definitely going to have a big game, in my opinion. Jonathan says, Cooks or Hollywood at the flex. Really feeling that Cooks will get locked down against New England. Cooks or Hollywood, Brown's pretty close. I think I'd lean Brandon Cooks.
Hollywood.
You go with Hollywood?
I go Hollywood on Monday night.
Oh, man, that's super close for me. I have Cooks at 19 and Hollywood at 23, but it's like a big kind of like jumbo tier there. I personally would lean with Brandon Cooks just because I know the targets are safe there, and I think he's going to get schemed like touches and schemed targets. I know the matchup's pretty tough, and the matchups look a little bit better for Hollywood Brown, but I trust Brandon Cooks a little bit more to get targets. So it's pretty much a wash, though. Alp says, oh, crap. I just got scrolled away from it. Okay, so non-PPR, pick my RB2 and flex. Okay, so your RB2, I think, is Fournette, probably, is who I have the highest there. I think, I have Fournette a little bit higher than I have Moss, so he'd be my RB2. Deontay Johnson is my flex over Zach Moss.
Easily.
Be the decision there. Also, a good replacement for Kittle. Yeah, Schultz is a fine replacement. Top 10 tight end for me this week.
Yep.
The Indy Morning in Superflex. Which 2 quarterbacks would you start? I'd go with the 2 rookies. I'd go with Lawrence.
I agree there.
Mayfield is the definition of a low ceiling option at quarterback. He's just not throwing the ball a whole lot. I expect this to be a big Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt game as well. And when he throws the ball, he misses Odell Beckham Jr. on deep bombs. So I'll roll with the 2 rookies there. Oh, sorry. Paul says 12 full PPR, D-Hop, McLaurin, Williams, Cooper, and Ruggs. Who to start and who to flex? I think Hop, McLaurin, and Cooper at flex. Okay, so it sounds like you can only start 3 of those guys. I would roll with the 3 that you just mentioned there. I'm assuming that's Mike Williams because you're saying it's hard to see him on the bench. Mike Williams and Amari Cooper is a close discussion for me. I have them literally back-to-back in my rankings right now. Cooper. I'd go Cooper slightly. The Giants have good corners and they play shadow coverage, but the Giants have also been a team that is allowing like a pretty high catch rate to wide receivers, even though they do have good corners. So I'll roll with Amari Cooper slightly and then Hop and McLaurin for sure in the lineup there. Yes, happy Kyle Pitts day indeed. Appreciate that, Brock. Man, Kyle Pitts to me was just the most obvious trade target in the world because the usage that the guy is seeing is unlike any tight end in the NFL. Like, we wish that Jonnu Smith and like some of these other like versatile tight ends were used the way that Kyle Pitts is being used right now. And Kyle Pitts also, I watched him like burn a corner on the outside off the line of scrimmage and put him on skates. Like, this guy is so freaking talented. The second he puts it all together, which I think it's starting to happen for him, this can be the best tight end in fantasy. Like, I legitimately think he can actually be better than Travis Kelce this year. Like, he is that good. I don't think it's likely, just for the record, but I think he has the potential for that. Higgins or Madison, full PPR.
Madison.
I'd go with Madison there. Yeah, I like T. Higgins this week, but give me Madison, the guaranteed touches. Y'all late? Yes, we are late. Stick with Broncos D or look elsewhere. There's probably no defense I'd rather start than the Denver Broncos defense against Ben Roethlisberger this week. I think they're probably like my number 1 defense on the week.
Yeah, dude, fucking Ben Roethlisberger's so stinky.
Yeah, he is just absolutely brutal at this point in his career. Stephen A. Smith, what's up? Morning. Cook officially out. Yes, sir. Madison or Debo. That's a great problem to have, but I would, I think I have a hard time sitting Debo Samuel with what he's doing. I think I'd roll with Debo Samuel.
Where do you have Debo ranked this week?
I have Debo at 12. Sorry, I have him at 12.
I have him at 14 right now. Like, I got a big like area right now between so I have CeeDee Lamb at 11, Chase at 12, Cooper at 13, Debo at 14.
You have CeeDee Lamb too high, dude.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Leonardo says, what's up, boys? Pick 2, Chuba, A-Rob, Claypool, Rondell. I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of Allen Robinson questions in this game, in this slate. I think I roll with Allen Robinson and Claypool there just because it's full PPR. I'll lean those guys over Rondell Moore, who's more of a big play threat, and Chuba Hubbard, who's not going to be all that involved in the passing game. So full PPR probably hurts him a bit. And at tight end, I'd probably go with Schultz there.
I'm going Chuba over A-Rob.
I don't trust Chuba Hubbard, man. I don't trust Allen Robinson either, but full PPR lets me trust Allen Robinson a little bit more because even if he doesn't have the greatest game, he could catch 5 or 6 passes.
Maybe, but at least with Chuba, you got a favorable matchup against Philly, who really haven't been able to stop a nosebleed in terms of the run game, and we expect a 75%. Or not even that high, like 65-70% opportunity share in that backfield.
I don't. I expect him to get 15 carries and like 2 targets, and he's frankly just not good enough to do a whole lot on that volume unless he gets into the end zone. In
a game where you should have positive game scripts, because I do think the Panthers are a better football team.
They are a better football team, but this game is essentially a pick'em according to Vegas. Panthers are at home favored by 3 points.
Yeah, okay. All that tells me is pick the Panthers.
I'm sure it does too, but like I just don't think Chuba's that good. I didn't think he was that good in the draft process. Like, he was like my RB7 or my RB6, but that was because the class was terrible, not because he was great.
We'll see.
But yeah, go with Schultz with the other decision there. Jets and Corey Davis are killing me right now. Yeah, the Jets are killing me right now too, because I thought I had like a great like lineup prepared, and it started off so hot in DFS. Like, I did a showdown lineup this morning, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put Kyle Pitts as my MVP, and then I'm gonna stack the Jets. Like, I'm gonna fade Crowder. I'm going to stack Elijah Moore, Zach Wilson, Corey Davis, and I'm also going to fade Cordero Patterson on the Falcons side of things and play Mike Davis. And I'm like, yo, this is getting out to a great start. Kyle Pitts scores a touchdown. Cordero Patterson in the concussion protocol. I'm like, yo, this is starting out to a great start. And then everything went to shit after that. So.
By the way, Spicy, I'll write down in your notes. What was it? Chuba versus A-Rob.
Chuba versus A-Rob. We also said Brandon Cooks versus somebody too.
Brandon Cooks versus
Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood. Yeah, write both those down.
Should have started AB over Corey Davis at this point. That decision was pretty close going into the game. I probably would have still started Corey Davis. I mean, obviously it hasn't turned out the greatest so far, but I think this fourth quarter could help out a little bit.
Sorry, I misclicked. My bad.
Okay. Mac TV, good football morning, everyone. Good morning, Mac. Brian says, how much does Wilson's injury affect Metcalf? I think it affects him to a fair degree because Metcalf is a guy that thrives off of big plays. He's not a guy that's going to get 14 targets a game as a number one receiver. He's a 8 to 10 target like ceiling usually is what you're going to see out of Metcalf. So the fact that Wilson is no longer throwing him the ball, who in my opinion is probably the best deep ball thrower in the league, it hurts. It hurts Metcalf a fair amount. I know. I saw people doing some mental gymnastics on Twitter saying that it's not going to hurt him that much, but I think it does. It downgrades the offense and it hurts Metcalf. And what was already a run-heavy offense, you need that elite efficiency out of the quarterback position. You're not going to get it with Geno Smith.
Yeah, I agree here. Again, it probably knocks Metcalf down from like a mid to low-end wide receiver 1 to probably like a mid-end wide receiver 2 for me without Russ. Again, like I'm still willing to put him in the wide receiver 2 status because he's talented. Also, who is that?
That's Keelan Cole. That's not
Cole. Yeah.
I
see the 8. I'm like, Crowder.
Yeah, it's not Jamison Crowder. Apparently, Jamison Crowder. I saw McFarland tweet out earlier today that he's only playing in like 3 wide sets. Yeah, looks like Elijah Moore's running more routes than him, which is, I mean, good, but they're not throwing to Elijah Moore.
To be fair, though, they're running a lot of 3 wide sets, and I think Jamison Crowder's like tied for the team lead in targets right now.
Yeah, for sure. Cole says, I traded Mixon and Golladay for Terry and Damien Harris in a keeper league. Thoughts? I think Terry's the best player in that deal, especially in a keeper league. I'm not usually a fan of doing trades like this where you upgrade at one position, downgrade at the other. The question of this is the difference between Mixon and Damien Harris bigger than the difference between Golladay and Terry McLaurin? I think it's pretty fair. Like overall, I would say the difference between those two are pretty even, which is why I don't usually like making trades like this because I don't think you really benefit a whole lot when you do a trade like this. But I think if you were in need of high-end wide receiver talent and you wanted to do a trade like this, I don't think it's a bad trade. I personally, I'm looking for upgrades when I'm making trades. Should I grab Madison because Dalvin's not playing? Yeah, if Alexander Madison is on your guys' waiver wire, grab him ASAP because he's literally a top, where do I have him? I have him 11. So I have him as a top 12 running back this week. And I would start him over like Antonio Gibson, James Robinson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Joe Mixon, because it sounds like he's going to be limited to some degree. Denzel Mims is somehow making plays right now. Onkit says, start Tony or Sutton. I'd go with Sutton, but it sounds like he's going to, like, he sounds limited to some degree too. So I understand why you're asking this question, but I would probably still go with Courtland Sutton. Yep. No, I agree there. Jacobs or Mixon? See, this one's a tough one. Any Joe Mixon questions that we get are going to be really hard to answer, in my opinion, just because they're. I'd still go Mixon as well, but like, it really depends on like risk tolerance, how your matchup is shaking out. If you need ceiling, if you need floor, things of that nature, like it's going to be hard to decide what to do with Joe Mixon this week. But I think he's like a top 20 running back. So in most cases, I'm still going to start Joe Mixon. Oh, let's go. Elijah Moore just draw a PI downfield on a Zach Wilson deep bomb. Let's go. Down at the 1 yard line. I need Michael Carter to run this in our listener league. I'm good with the Jamison Crowder little slant or something. No, I'm not good with that. How about we don't do that? I like it. Mooney, Ayuk, or Claypool full PPR. I'll go with Chase Claypool there, Patrick. Bush, thank you for replying to my CD trade on Discord. Yeah, if you guys send me like stuff on Twitter, Discord, whatever, you just got to give me a couple days to get back to you because like I got a shit ton of questions, and my primary focus during the week is all the slate related stuff that I have to do, my articles and the videos that I got to do. So if I don't reply to you right away, it's not that I'm like ignoring your question. You got to give me like a day or two to get back to you. But yeah, feel free to reach out to me on anything. I will get to your question eventually. Yeah, same with me. I just got scrolled away from it. Put Corey Davis in over Higgins, and it's looking like a bad decision. Wilson looks terrible. I would have started Higgins over Corey Davis if I would have. I personally would have went with him. It sounds like Higgins is a full go. It doesn't sound like he's limited in any way. So I would have went with Higgins if you'd asked me that question before kickoff. But I mean, it was probably like an kind of like a close situation anyway. Maximo says, who should I start? Happy PR, Brandon Cooks or Damien Harris? I'd still go with Brandon Cooks. Damien Harris is he's a touchdown or bust running back. So any wide receiver that's going to get a great target share each and every week, I'm going to go with them over Damien Harris every day of the week. Also, thoughts on Mike Evans this week? He has the toughest matchup on the field, but he's always a candidate to catch a big player, to get a red zone look and a touchdown to save his week. But I'd expect somewhat of a down game. God damn it. Oh, that was a 2-point conversion. Yeah. Oh, Michael Carter scored the touchdown. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. I'll take the extra 2 points.
I'll take that not being a touchdown, because I thought it was. And the Falcons are actually about to choke this, aren't they?
Yeah, it's all good because Crowder's going to score the game-winning touchdown. So
he's not. No. I needed that in the listener league, man. I'm playing Spicy Hot this week, and his team looks pretty dangerous. Antonio Gibson or AJ Brown flex PPR. I'll go with AJ Brown there in a PPR league. I think Antonio Gibson's injuries make me a little nervous, especially as an Antonio Gibson owner in the league that I care the most about. So he's a downgrade a little bit to me. I have him as my RB13 on the week, when I had him at, I think, RB10 before the news came out that he was dealing with like a fracture in his shin.
He's my RB13 as well. Yeah, no, I actually heard Pro Football Doc talk about Pro Injury Doc or whatever, like David Chow. Yeah, and he basically said like it's a fractured shin, I guess, which he
sounded very concerned.
Yeah, he basically said with it, like, this is an injury that can impact him throughout the rest of the season. And even though he doesn't feel the effects maybe this week, like, this is something where if he continues to keep aggravating it, continues to keep working on it, like, he doesn't like the sounds of it at all. So
if Gibson has a big week this week, it might be time to get out on Gibson, because this could be a situation where by the end of the season, maybe he only misses a game or two because of it, but he'll get surgery at the end of the season or something like that.
Yeah, this might make him from like a 75% snap guy to like a 65% snap.
Right, and it could also affect him like 90% athleticism, 80% athleticism that he's working with, instead of the super athlete that Antonio Gibson is.
Amen.
Pick 3, Godwin, Keenan, Thielen, Diggs. I wish I had this problem.
Sit Thielen, but like I don't want to.
Yeah, I think I'm sitting Thielen as well. I have Godwin, Diggs, and Keenan all in my top 10, and Thielen just outside of my top 12. So yeah, I'm gonna sit Thielen as well, but I don't want to.
You have Godwin in your top 10?
I do. I'm a 9.
Interesting. Okay, I have him at 15, but I'm still high on him because like
I do. I know when a Chris Godwin game is coming, man. Like this is a Chris Godwin game.
Kids game theme today. Thanks, boys. I probably wouldn't have. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, those of you that drafted him are probably a little bit bittersweet that he's coming through now, but those of you who listened to the trade targets video on Tuesday and traded for him like I did are definitely over the moon right now, knowing that you have this is a true difference-making tight end. This isn't like, as much as I love like Noah Fant and like some of the guys that are like Dalton Schultz producing as like tight end ones right now, this is a difference maker at tight end. The Pitts has the Kittle Waller secret sauce.
Nah. Now, the only thing that sucks is in my one home league, Marco has him. So, Marco wasn't going to sell him because he knows.
Of course.
And then my other home league, a guy who never checks his trades or never checks his phone has him. So
the guy that I got him from is also a never checks his trades, never checks his phone guy. But I was persistent. I was like, dude, I was messaging him each and every week. I was like, I want Kyle Pitts. What do you want for Kyle Pitts? And after last week's like another bad performance out of Kyle Pitts, when he had the targets and stuff like that, I'm like, I gave him Jamison Crowder, who he's playing against me right now. I play him this week, and Pitts is doing this against him right now, which must suck. But hopefully Noah Fant doesn't do the same thing to me. You want to hear something crazy? All 3 of my redraft leagues this week, I play against Noah Fant. So hopefully he has a bad game. Listener league, my home league, and Tone Setters. I play against Noah Fant every single one.
Damn.
Yeah.
Also, I quickly want to say
Ryan's launching a bomb right now.
I see that.
Oh, and it's guess who? Kyle Pitts.
I have him in Scott. By the way, have you seen my lineup in Scott's?
Hey, dude, your team's absurd. I kind of want to leave that league just because I know it's never going to be a situation for me.
It's absurd, but it's dealing with so many injuries right now that like some of the guys I had to sub in have been fucking hilarious. Like I have like Alex Collins, Khalif Raymond in my lineup because I'm without like McCaffrey and fucking all those guys. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
McCaffrey, David Montgomery. I lost Gus Edwards before the year. Like it's.
Matt Ryan bounced back, or has he just played two bad teams because he looks way better recently? I think this was going back to one of those heuristics that we talked about all offseason, is that continuity is a real thing. And the fact that Matt Ryan had a new coach and no Julio Jones for the first time in a couple of years for him, I think it's definitely just something that he's a veteran quarterback. He's still talented. He doesn't look like Ben Roethlisberger out there. Even at the beginning of the season, he didn't look like Ben Roethlisberger to me. So I figured it was just going to take time with Arthur Smith's system, and I think he's going to play better as a result, which is why I was so on Kyle Pitts and Calvin Ridley as trade targets.
Now, the question is Matt Ryan a 2022 Washington football teamer? Or
I think he's probably with a different team in 2022. I don't know who it's going to be, but I think the Steelers would be wise to go after him. Maybe the Washington football team, someone like that.
Let's say, like, if you're a team like Washington and you're picking, like, I don't know,
Kyle Pitts getting peppered.
Yeah. If you're picking like 13th overall, if you're Washington, do you not just send that pick for Matt Ryan?
Sorry, I got to talk some shit in my chat right now.
Go for it. Madison with Cook or Moss? Give me Madison their shot or Shoss. Darnell Mooney or Cole Beasley for my flex half PPR.
I'll take Beasley there. High scoring game. I'll take Beasley.
Yeah, I agree there. Should I start Brate or pick up Jonnu or Goddard? Give me Goddard.
Yeah, give me Goddard over Brate for sure.
PPR Mixon or OBJ?
Oof, that's a tough decision.
OBJ
Beckham's got a tough matchup. If Beckham had a good matchup, I'd probably start Beckham, but I'd probably just roll with Mixon here.
Yeah, no, I'll go Mixon as well. Lamb is pissing me off lately. Should I start Higgins, Antonio Brown? You're overthinking it. Like Lamb's going to be fine.
I think Higgins and Lamb is actually close for me. So I wouldn't say you're overthinking it. I think Danny's overrating his Cowboys player just a bit.
I'll take that right now.
If you want to take the halfway point between me and Danny right now, where Danny has him at 11 and I have him at 20, if you want to say Higgins or Lamb is like a top 16, top 15 wide receiver, that's probably the aggregate of where we're at right now. But I'm not willing to trust Lamb as like a top 10 wide receiver this week, like Danny.
I'll give you a 2-point threshold. Lamb versus Higgins.
You give me 2-point cushion for Higgins versus Lamb. I'll take Higgins easily.
All right, bet. All right, spicy hot.
You know it's good.
I want to see the bet sheet is like Higgins +2 versus Lamb.
Yeah. Oh man, the Falcons are just working up and down the field right now.
Yeah. Dude, Jets hold them to a field goal. Zach Wilson game-winning drive.
Oh, dude, that'd be so hilarious. After freaking, I saw shout out to Sam because Sam is, he's a good guy, but he every time Zach Wilson has a bad game, I keep seeing him tweet that he had him QB5 before the draft. I'm like, why do you feel the need to say he's QB5 every time he has a bad game and no other player? Zach Wilson, again, I talked about it throughout the preseason, but Mac Jones and Zach Wilson just continuously got dunked on anytime they made any mistakes, and nobody says anything bad about Justin Fields, like, ever.
Or Trey Lance. Like, as much as I love Trey Lance, this guy's fucking...
He looked bad against Seattle.
Yeah. Even against the Cardinals, he had a good fantasy outing, but realistically, and that's why we like him, because he can produce fantasy points, but from a real-life perspective, he was inconsistent with his accuracy. He didn't look fine he didn't look poised in the pocket.
You can tell why Kyle Shanahan isn't starting him, is basically what you can see.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I don't even get me started on Trevor Lawrence right now, but he had the good game against the Bengals. I'll give him credit,
but Justin Fields, if you say anything bad about Justin Fields, you get crucified. But if Zach Wilson and Mac Jones are open season, I just wish people were more consistent with that shit.
You see that stat right there, though? Patterson and Pitts, 221 yards. Rest of Falcons offense, 210 yards.
Hines we didn't even answer spicy out here. Hines or Javonte full PPR? I'll take Hines in full PPR.
Yeah. Against the Ravens, yeah. Monday Night Football.
Yeah, Beasley or Ayuk. I'll take Cole Beasley there. I can't trust Brandon Ayuk right now. Even with Kittle out, I still can't trust Brandon Ayuk over a guy like Beasley, who I know what I'm getting.
Yeah, fuck. Like, if you wanna shoot for upside, I like Ayuk, but from a stability standpoint, especially in PPR,
I think Beasley has big upside this week in the game that he's playing in.
And that's fair. Maybe I'm a little discrediting that because, again, the Bills are still.
You never think of Beasley as a high upside option, too.
Well, the Bills are still the number 2 team in pace of play and number 2 team in neutral game script passing situations. And Beasley's legitimately a guy that we have seen have 10, 13 target upside on a week-to-week basis. So I agree there. Let's quickly.
Yeah, let's just finish Spicy Hot's question before we get down to the super check. Cordero Patterson and Pitts are just touching the ball every time I look up.
Give me Herbert and Lance for your second question or for your next question. And finally, Boyd's.
Okay, I'll go with Chubb, Boyd, Waddle, and Devontae Smith there.
Yeah, I agree there. And so we left off on Brock. We actually got a $4.99 super chat from Alfredo. Appreciate that a lot. He says Elijah Mitchell or Damien Harris in a standard. In a standard league, I'll still lead with the touch upside of a Damien Harris here. Again, I love Elijah Mitchell. I think he's a really solid talent, but I just want to see how this 49ers backfield plays out. I know he's coming back from injury.
I have him at 24, so I'm willing to start Elijah Mitchell if you have him. But I have Damien Harris 23, so I would start Damien Harris.
I have both of them a little bit lower. I have Harris at 27, and I have where do I have Mitchell? Let me just take a look. Oh, I forgot to adjust them up, but either way, Mitchell would probably be right around like the Kenneth Gainwell, Miles Sanders type of area for me. Also, I have Kenneth Gainwell, Miles Sanders back to back right now.
Oh, that's egregious. I have Miles Sanders a lot higher.
I'll take that bet right now.
You want to take them against each other?
I'll take a threshold, yeah. If you
okay, I'll give you, I don't know, two points in favor of Gainwell, and I'll take Sanders.
Sure, I'm fine with that. I have Mitchell at 30 now, by the way.
Yeah, I have Mitchell a little bit higher than you. I'm more willing to trust what I saw in, when they were both active and healthy. And well, I mean, I guess Sermon wasn't even active when Mitchell was healthy.
Yes. I got locked in with Elijah Moore in the lineup. Great.
Holding negated a 30-yarder to Pitts. Payne. Oh, I didn't even see that. Shit.
Wait, what?
That was like a couple minutes ago. Maybe that long bomb that I saw was not. It didn't count. I don't know. Oh, Mike Davis. No.
He scored.
Oh, no, he scored.
He got
there's a flag.
Yeah.
Should I start Jamal Williams or McKissick full PPR? I'd go with Jamal Williams there. I know he hasn't been quite as. I don't know, man, because Gibson's could be limited. Actually, I think I'd go with McKissick. Jamal Williams has not been involved in the passing game. He ran 10% of the routes last week compared to Swift's like 72%. So yeah, I think I'd actually lean McKissick there because it's full PPR. He probably has a better chance to catch some passes in this game over Williams. I'm going to actually move McKissick up because I have not moved him up since I knew that Gibson was dealing with that injury.
Bro, the Fantasy Pros freaking rankings is so annoying. Sorry, I'm just adjusting some stuff right now.
Yeah, no worries. I'll
where do you have Claypool?
Like in the early 30s, I think.
Yeah, it's tough for
me.
They
got him like 33, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I have him 30 right now between like Devonta Smith and Odell Beckham.
I would start him over both of those guys, personally.
Yeah, I have Devonta Smith one higher. That's the only one, though.
True. Reese says, good morning, guys. PPR, Najee Harris, Deebo Samuel, Alexander Madison, pick 2, please. Oof. Deebo's in my lineup. I'm not setting Deebo.
And Najee.
I sit Najee for Alexander Madison.
I think I have Najee one higher.
I don't, but I do now. I'm moving him up. I think like Broncos matchup, he's probably going to be ineffective on the ground. Sure, he'll be involved in the passing game, but I think Madison has a chance to actually have a big ceiling game in this one. So I'm going to roll with Madison.
The thing here, though, is when we say involved in the passing game, typically for a running back, we're like, oh, what is that? Like 4 targets? Like the fact is Najee Harris legitimately has 34 targets in 4 games.
Right. I think when you look at game environment and stuff, though, too, the Lions-Vikings game, a lot higher paced, a lot more offense in that game. Like the Broncos and Steelers run pretty low, slow-paced offenses. So I'd lean Madison slightly, but it's a bit risky because the Harris workload is definitely hard to sit. But I can't sit Deebo Samuel in full PPR. He's just getting way too much involvement, and I don't want to sit Madison in his matchup either. So I would – it's a little gutty, but I'd roll with Madison and Deebo.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. There's so many issues with my rankings right now I'm dealing with.
Zachertz or Tyler Conklin. I'd go with Conklin. He has the better matchup. He's actually been running a lot of routes, too. I wrote him up in the DFS article that I wrote for, I think it was for DraftKings, because you need to spend down at tight end a little bit this week to get some of the high-end running backs in. I like Tyler Conklin as like a top 15, top 18 tight end this week.
Yep.
Banged up Joe Mixon or Damien Harris. There, I'll take Joe Mixon still over Damien Harris.
Easily for me.
Boyd or Devontae Smith, half PPR. That's close. I have to look which one I have higher.
I got Boyd at 27. I got Smith at 30.
I also have Boyd at 27, and I don't have Smith at 30. I have him at 33, so I'd go with Boyd there. Yeah.
John Flip says full PPR, pick 1 for flex. Allen, CH, Claypool, Gibson.
That's Keenan Allen for me.
Yeah, I agree there. Anytime there, John. What side do you take in this trade? Lamar there, Brock. Even though
I'm like half watching the 2-minute drill that Zach Wilson's running right now.
Fuck Corey Davis.
They're down 10 points though.
That's okay. They have 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning. They need to score within like the next 30 seconds to have a chance here.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, which side do you take in this trade? 1 quarterback league, Lamar or Josh Jacobs? Give me Lamar Jackson. He's just a much bigger advantage. I don't care that Josh Jacobs is a running back and people fiend running backs. Lamar Jackson helps your team more than Josh Jacobs does.
Bart, I would go with AB and Higgins here. Oh, great. Nice blocking.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
AB and Higgins for me.
Yes, I will also go with AB and Higgins. Only put your comments once. Spam is not necessary. It will only lead to your question not being answered, of course. And while we have you, make sure you hit the like button on the stream. Helps us out. Yeah. And are we at 7K right now? Because we are very close to 7,000 subscribers.
We were at like 69.92 when I checked.
Okay, so if you guys are in this live stream and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, we're currently at 69.94 right now. So if you guys would hit the subscribe button, if you're not already subscribed, we're trying to get to 7,000 before kickoff if we can. If we can't, then we'll hit 7,000 at a different point. But if you haven't subscribed and we've answered your question, or you're in the stream and you haven't subscribed yet, it doesn't cost you anything. Just hit the subscribe button.
Yeah. There's 44 people currently in the stream and only 25 likes, or 47 in the stream, only 25 likes. So I want to see that ratio close in a little bit.
For sure.
Spicy, what do you want me to pin?
I just pinned it.
Oh, okay.
A-Rob, Myers, or Tim Patrick in the flex half PPR.
I'll go A-Rob.
I'll go Jacoby Myers there.
It's so weird because, like, Myers, I think you can pretty much sum up for like 8+ targets. But the thing is that at least Allen Robinson has some type of touchdown upside. Like Myers,
they're not really that close for me in my rankings right now. I have Myers at 28 and I have Allen Robinson at 37. Like I don't even really have them close.
I'll bet that right now.
All right, I'll take that bet. This is a Jacoby Myers touchdown week. Have you not heard?
Bro,
Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith for my second receiver since Ridley was out. Give me Jamar Chase. I can't believe you were going to sit him if Ridley played.
Yeah. Who should I start? Gibson or Damien Williams? Gibson. Sorry.
I have Gibson higher, but the less risky play, I suppose, is actually I don't know. They're both pretty risky because we don't fully know what Damien Williams' workload is, and Gibson is dealing with an injury. So I'd roll with Gibson still, though.
I just said Gibson, but like I just moved Damien Williams ahead of him. I mean, you got a favorable matchup this week. I think Damien Williams can get the full involvement. I mean, we've seen him get involved in the passing game as well. Like this is a usage versus talent discussion here, in my opinion. Like, I mean, Damien Williams can get the usage, but Gibson's not. Like,
but we don't know that Damien Williams get the usage. Though Khalil Herbert could be more involved than we think.
I mean, we've kind of seen the basis thus far that.
But we've also seen how many times have we said this year, like, oh, if this guy's out, this guy's getting like a workhorse role. The only person it's applied to is Alexander Madison so far. We thought Chuba Hubbard was going to get a workhorse role last week and didn't. So
the difference though is that we've seen Damien Williams do it before. And
sure. But I think most teams generally lean, if our starter goes out, we're going to a committee, than they do next man up as the workhorse. Kind of like, I think there's only a select few teams in the NFL that would actually do that. And we don't know that 100% that the Bears are going to do that. So I think I would lean Gibson still.
However, because I have a potential workhorse role here versus, again, we already kind of know what Gibson's involvement is going to be. Like, he's not going to get the 2-minute drill snaps. He's not going to get the third down snaps, and he's dealing with the shin injury. Like, I have Williams at 13. I have Gibson at 15 right now. Also, because I got Henderson locked in at 14.
Fair enough. It's pretty close discussion. Max says, I agree, Bush. Chuba looks slow-footed, does not run routes or catch well for that offense. Doesn't pass the eye test, very basic player. That's kind of my thoughts on him as well. I think he needed to go to like a 49er scheme where he could just do one thing, be a change of pace back, give them like a explosive element, I suppose. But I don't think he works well as like a primary ball carrier. I think he needs to be a change of pace back in the NFL.
Flex Amari or Madison?
I'll take Madison there.
Full PPR, I'd go Amari. Half PPR, I'd go Madison. That one's fucking
I'd take Madison in both formats.
Bet. This is Williams pretty easily for me there, Butch.
I have him back to back.
And
I have Chase Edmonds one spot higher. Okay.
I'll take that bet right now.
We can't make 70 bets, but this one I feel pretty strongly is Chase Edmonds. Not strongly, but I would lean Chase Edmonds again. We know what Chase Edmonds' workload is, and in a game that they should have the ball a lot because they're playing against a rookie quarterback on the other side. Possession, like time of possession wise, I think the Cardinals are going to just possess the ball the whole game.
Maybe, but you also got an unfavorable matchup. I mean, he could get the reception work, obviously, in this game, but 49ers front has been pretty stout thus far. And is that Crowder?
Oh, my God. Crowder is just catching a bunch of garbage time crap.
I love it.
Spiller for Heisman, man. Isaiah Spiller. Okay, this is the first game I watched of Isaiah Spiller yesterday because he looked good, man. And not only that, he looks like he would transition to the pros quickly. Like he is like he looks like a pro running back. He does the little things well, knows how to like the smart aspect of playing running back vision wise. Like again, can't really tell how much like a running back has vision on broadcast view when you're watching the game, but he passes the eye test. It's pretty simple for me. Like he looks like the best running back in the class. I haven't watched any of Breece Hall yet, so I have no idea. But Spiller to me looked like a early second round pick, Javonte Williams level prospect to me.
Yeah, and again, like the people that were so quick to say, "Oh, yeah, I saw all your 2022 picks." Like it's looking like a decent class. I mean, you got Treylon Burks at wide receiver. You got the Ohio State guys.
London won't stop producing.
Drake London looks good. Like, and then at quarterback, I mean, if Malik Willis gets high draft capital,
oh man, that kid can run. That play that he made out of the pocket was insane. Like that looks like I don't want to call him Lamar Jackson, but that looked Lamar Jackson like in college.
Is it crazy if I say he already kind of like? I want to say like a Jalen Hurts type impact in fantasy.
Yeah, Jalen. Yeah. I mean, Trey Lance kind of looks like a little Trey Lance like to me too.
I mean, at the end of the day here, if you got mobile guys with cannons, you can't really go too wrong in fantasy.
This is what they need to do with Wilson, by the way. Up tempo. Just go up tempo with Wilson all the time. I think that's what they need to do.
I agree there.
He's good under pressure, which is really good because every time he's losing, he plays well.
Yeah. The quick thing I want to say too, Bush.
Davis, holy shit.
Yeah, let's go here. But yeah, I know I'm playing Davis. So our bets right now, going into this week, and again, Spicy Hot. Hopefully you jotted down the other ones, but so far,
if you miss one Spicy Hot, it's no big deal. But
don't worry about it. So we have Elliott versus Saquon. That's gonna be super fun watching the Cowboys game. Thinking about that. We have Woods against Emmanuel Sanders. So you needed Sanders to pop.
Sanders needs to go off. Yeah.
Tannehill versus Darnold. So I got Tanny, you got Darnold.
Okay.
I got Jalen Hurts, you got Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, like that's unfortunate for you, but and then I got Lamb. I got Lamb against your Cooks. What?
I guess
you gave me that. I'll take that.
I have Cooks higher.
Damn, I'll take that easy.
Yeah,
you have Cooks in your top 20.
Yeah, I do.
Holy, okay.
I can't put him outside of the top 20 the way he's playing.
Oh, nice catch, Corey Davis.
Yeah, geez. Sanders. Sorry. Damien Williams, Chubb, or Jamar Chase PPR. I'm not sitting Nick Chubb this week.
Oh. Full PPR. Jamar Chase.
The Chargers are a run funnel defense. They're going to run all over them. Give me Nick Chubb.
Jamar Chase against a Jair Alexander.
Oh, I know. But the workload guarantee of a running back like Chubb is a little bit too hard to pass up.
Workload, though. He gets like 15 opportunities.
Nick Chubb of all running backs in the NFL has
that's fair. Like, dude, I'll say it and I'll say it again. Like, if Nick Chubb had like a 25 opportunity,
he might be the best running back in fantasy if he got Derrick Henry's workload.
Like, man, it's actually insane. And Zach Wilson taking a sack. Okay.
Yeah.
That one's close. Either way, Chubb and Chase, I think are a big like tier above everybody else in that conversation for the question.
Are they gonna kick this?
They better not.
Yeah, they'll probably go for the touchdown here.
It's third down.
Yeah. Oh, it's third down. Okay. I thought that was like waiting for it to change over.
Sanders or Jake, just like Cook and don't have Matt. I'll go Sanders here.
I'll go Sanders as well.
I know it's a tougher matchup, but still. Zach Moss or Mixon. Give me Mixon there. Owen's cell phone.
Yeah.
I have Gibson, Madison, Damien with Laney Madison. I agree with you. Madison, Damien Williams.
I'd start Gibson and Madison personally.
I go with Madison, Dame Will, and Spicy Hots can have that on the record. Dame Will versus Gibson. Yeah. What's up, guys? Sermon, Harris, Edmonds, Pollard, Galladay, pick 3 PPR. So I think Edmonds
for sure.
Then I'd probably go Galladay and
Damien Harris, probably.
Yeah, Harris versus Pollard's close in PPR, but I'd probably go with the workload of Harris. Yeah.
Yeah, give me Harris, Edmonds, and Galladay there.
Yeah, I agree. Chelsea. Chenault, A-Rob, or Mitchell in PPR. Chenault and A-Rob's close. Let me actually see where I have each of them ranked. You got obviously LaVisca going up against the Titans and A-Rob going up against Vegas. Let me just check.
I'll take Visca there.
I just actually raised Visca. So I had Allen Robinson at 33, but I'm gonna move Visca to 33. Visca was my 35. But yeah, I would take Visca. Hey, Mixon or CEH full PPR, what we thinking?
I have CEH higher. I moved CEH one spot higher.
Yeah, I was about to say I think I have CEH one spot higher.
That's the cutoff for me though. If you don't have a running back that's better than CEH, I'm still gonna risk it with Mixon.
The only one guy that I have like behind CEH that I have above Mixon right now is Fournette.
Really? You'd start Fournette over Mixon?
Slightly. They're 18-19 right now.
I have them back to back too. I have them 16-17. So yeah, it's really close for me too. But I think I would still lean Mixon over Fournette.
So you have who do you have outside of your top 15 then? Edmonds?
I have Edmonds at 18.
Okay, so you have 16-17 for Clyde.
I had Darrell Henderson at 15, who played on Thursday night.
I had him at 14. Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
Marvin Jones or Mike Evans. We didn't answer. I'll still take Evans there, but it's actually pretty close in my rankings.
Yeah, well, let me see where I have Evans ranked. Also, I have a question for you, Bush. Would you go in a half PPR, Damien Williams or Mike Evans?
I'd probably go Mike Evans still, barely.
Yeah. Also, that's where I was leaning to because I also have Brady. So I mean, like, if it pays off, it'll definitely pay off.
Yeah, for sure.
Knox or Schultz, cheers.
I don't know which one I have higher.
I slightly lean Knox because again, like the rate that the Bills are passing the ball is just ridiculous right now. And I
have Schultz one spot higher.
This is a Sunday night game, right?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna lean. I'm gonna move Knox ahead of him. I think I would lean Knox over because I like the target share that Schultz is getting. Like, is good for Schultz's fantasy production, but I don't expect Lamb and Cooper to have the target share they're getting over the past couple of games.
Yeah. And I talked about it on the waiver show, but I mean, are we at all shocked if Dawson Knox is this year's Robert Tonyan?
Like, no, that wouldn't shock me a lot.
High scoring offense, red zone weapon, 4 touchdowns in 4 games. Like, I can see this guy legitimately having double-digit touchdowns, and that tight end, like, that's basically guaranteeing you in the mid-range of the position. So,
for sure.
Yeah. Did we answer this? Conklin, Brait, or Evan Ingram in a full PPR?
I have Ingram the highest.
Yeah, let me check. Conklin and Ingram are close for me, but I would go with Ingram. So I have Ingram at 15, and I have Conklin at 16.
Yeah, I have Ingram at 14, Conklin at 18, and Brait, I don't even have in my top 20, so I'm at 21.
Dude, where do you rank Robert Tonyan at this point?
I have him at 13, but I mean, I could be still ranking him too high, to be honest. This might be the last straw for Robert Tonyan for me.
Yeah, man. Like
he might be droppable after this week if he doesn't produce.
Dude, he just gets no targets.
I know. He has to score a touchdown or else he's going to be useless.
Yeah.
So I want to see what Kyle Pitts' final stat line was real quick.
Yeah, let me check Crowder real quick too.
Crowder went 4 targets or 6 targets, 4 receptions, 24 yards, and a 2-point conversion.
So 6.4 and a half PPR.
Yeah, 6.4.
Did he outproduce Corey Davis? Is what I'm wondering.
I have no idea. But
let me check my matchup.
Kyle Pitts basically negated DK Metcalf for me on Thursday night. Kyle Pitts went 10 targets, 9 receptions, 119 yards, and a touchdown. You love to fucking see that shit.
Also, in my half PPR league against Deli Meats, Corey Davis 6.5, Jamison Crowder 6.4. I'll take that. Like, it's not terrible. You know what I mean? That 2-point conversion really saved my ass. But
you love to see just Kyle Pitts' confidence going through the roof. Matt Ryan clearly trusts him. At least if Calvin Ridley's on the field, I don't expect him to get 10 targets a game, but Pitts being involved as much as he was definitely because it's better than him not doing it in this game.
However, you know what's going to be annoying? Those people that cite against rookie tight end truthers are going to be like, oh, all the vacated production with Calvin Ridley and Russell Gage off the field is why Kyle Pitts you have to sell high on Kyle Pitts.
Dude, if anybody tells you to sell high on Kyle Pitts, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. The selling window or the buying window might be closed though on Kyle.
It definitely is, and it pisses me off because I've been trying to buy him all season, and the guy doesn't check his phone.
For sure. Anyway, sidetracked. Thoughts on Claypool rest of season? I think he's going to be kind of like a boomer bust fringe top 25 wide receiver. I wish he was better than that. Because he has the ability to be better than that. Anytime he gets the ball, it's just Ben sucks. Yeah, like Ben is terrible. He's not going to help out Claypool. And I don't see a scenario where Claypool's value takes a big like jump up too, because it's not like they have like a better quarterback, like a rookie behind him or anything like that. Like Dwayne Haskins, Mason Rudolph, like these guys aren't going to really help his value either.
Like, dude, if you're like Green Bay or Seattle, like, could you see a scenario where like this offseason, again, keep in mind the Eagles have 3 first-round picks in Jalen Hurts. If you package like Hurts and those picks for, let's say, Russ or Aaron Rodgers, and then you flip Jalen Hurts to like,
I think it's way more likely to happen with Seattle than it is with Green Bay.
I mean, the thing is, yeah, to be fair, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to play for Green Bay, he can just force himself to retire.
I don't think he would go to the Eagles. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a lot more meticulous of where he would want to go than Russ would.
That's fair. But either way, like, I'm assuming Hurts and those picks are going to be part of the package. If that's the case, if you're the team getting Hurts, like, and you have those picks anyways, like, wouldn't you just ship them to like a team like the Steelers or something for like a second-round pick?
Yeah, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just speculating. RBs this week, Henry, CH, Hubbard, Gainwell. The King is obviously a start, but who should I put at RB2? I would go with CH, yeah.
Yeah. The big dog never leaves your lineup, though. That is correct.
Cardinals or Steelers defense? I'd go with the Steelers here because I do think that the 49ers have a more potent offense, if you will, than Denver.
This is honestly, when I look at this, who's at home? That's going to be the tiebreaker for me.
Both of them are.
Are they both at home?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh versus Denver, yep. And Cardinals versus San Francisco. I actually probably would take the Cardinals against the Rook.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Teddy's not a very turnover-prone quarterback, so I'll take
that's fair.
Trey Lance.
I mean,
Cardinals.
So like in my perspective, for your perspective, you're trusting the turnovers. From my perspective, I'm trusting the presser rate, and I'm trusting the low scoring like stability of that game. Because let's be honest here, Pittsburgh versus Denver is probably going to be like 13-10.
Yeah, probably.
Hines or Bolden PPR. This is Hines, not really close. I mean, we're hoping Bolden gets the Hines role. We know Hines has the Hines role, so
yeah, for sure.
Joe Mixon, Marvin Jones, or Amari Cooper flex full PPR. This is Amari Cooper.
Okay, give me Amari Cooper in this situation. I don't want to sit Joe Mixon because I think he's still going to be involved, but given the uncertain nature of his role right now, I'll take Amari Cooper over him.
Yeah, no, I agree there. Also, those socks look good, eh? Red Sox.
Yeah, whatever.
Gibson, Damien
Jays
Williams
aren't in the playoffs. I don't care.
I would go with Damien.
I mean, I'm still taking Gibson.
It's honestly closer for me between Damien Williams and Higgins.
Yeah, that's not a bad take for sure.
Like these guys, like if you were to make again, I don't usually do like flex rankings. I don't combine my RBs and receivers, but if I were to make flex rankings, they would probably all be within like a 5-player like vicinity of each other.
Yeah, I think it's definitely close. Higgins has the best matchup on the field, but I'll take Gibson, guaranteed workload with a running back.
Why is PFF expecting Stokes on Chase?
Yeah, which I mean, it's not a problem for Chase, but it is. Higgins is going to get Jair Alexander's backup.
Kevin King.
Is that Kevin? Is he still in the roster?
I believe so. No.
If it's Kevin King, it's T. Higgins feast.
I mean, we saw what freaking Scotty Miller did to him.
Yeah, but to be fair, Kevin King's like a long, lengthy corner, and that's the type of receiver that Higgins is. So maybe he's able to do some.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
I was gonna say we got a good long receiver versus a bad long corner. I'll just long receiver.
I mean, but if Kevin King was a small corner like Hargraves or something, he would just get destroyed.
Give me Mixon there. Let's try to zoom these because we're
we are very behind. Like you,
we're more than a little bit. 12:05 and it's 12:36. Nice. Okay. PPR. I'll go Mixon there. Brady Schultz. Yep. We already answered that. Keep your questions. I guess he added the PPR to it. Okay, no problem, Adam. Conklin or break? Give me Conklin.
Yeah, I'll take Conklin.
Full PPR flex. Joe Mixon, Antonio Gibson,
Terry McLaurin.
Pretty easily there. Marvin Jones, AB Galladay, or Chenault at the flex.
Marvin Jones.
Yeah,
I have Marvin Jones highest. AB and Marvin Jones pretty close, but I'll take Marvin Jones.
Here, can you take a couple of these? I'm gonna fix my rankings because I want to make sure they're all right.
Jacobs, Renfroe, Brandon Cooks, Cooper, or Galladay at flex. I will take. I have Amari Cooper the highest slightly in that group there. I know Danny will take Amari Cooper as well. I'll get to that super chat real quick. We left off on Rolando going down to we have a couple super chats that I see actually.
Nice.
There's a 199. The 199s like don't show up right away. I don't know why, but they don't.
Yeah, sorry about that. ISO just noticed.
Here, I'll get to his first. Is Elijah Moore droppable?
Not in a 14-team league.
Not in a 14-team league. I wouldn't say he's probably droppable in a 10-team, 12-team league. I again, I still would prefer to stash him if you can,
him.
but if you need immediate production, I don't mind dropping him.
Yep.
Courtney says,
Knox,
thanks
Ayuk,
for the
or
super
Galladay.
chat, by the way.
Yep.
Knox, Ayuk, or Galladay at flex this week. I have Adams. Okay.
I have Galladay the highest out of those bunch.
I also have Galladay the highest out of those bunch, but I think him and Ayuk is a real conversation because of the Diggs matchup for Galladay. It's that's close, man. With Kittle being out in the Diggs matchup for Galladay, I would say Ayuk presents the higher ceiling, but Galladay definitely presents a higher floor. It all depends on what you need. You said you have Adams, Metcalf, and Pitts. Pitts just went off. Metcalf just went off. I'd lean with the stability of Galladay and the targets.
Yeah. And again, appreciate those 2 super chats from Courtney and ISO Productions. So
I'm rolling up to a Rolando here. I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Flex James Conner or Rondell Moore. Give me James Conner.
Yeah, pretty easily there. We see the involvement. We see the red zone volatility that Conner presents on a week-to-week basis. So that Cardinals offense can be humming and hoeing, and we know that Conner's a goal line back. So
for sure, Hollywood or Damien Williams. I'll take Damien Williams there slightly.
Yeah. Let's go Pitts.
Yes, sir. Hollywood or Damien Williams got to that already.
Do you have any faith in Dalvin, or do you think he's regressing? Should I bench him? I would still start him. I mean, this is a touchdown or best wide receiver. This is a very good matchup for him going up against the Detroit Lions at home. And we know that when Adam Thielen's on his game, you can expect he can be in the
his stat line's the same every time he has a good game. He's going to have like 9 targets, 5 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Like that's exactly what his stat line's going to be.
Like he's basically Minnesota Mike Evans.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, he's basically Minnesota Mike Evans.
He's easy to predict as well, like as well as Mike Evans. Like you know when his weeks are coming. Yeah. Would you rather stop Stevenson or Bolden? I have Damon Harris. I'd actually go Bolden here in any type of PR format because the third down role is the one we're coveting. I mean, we know Damien Harris is going to be that one first and second down banger, but Bolden showed
you're basically just handcuffing Harris if you stash Stevenson.
At least Bolden, you're shooting for the James White role, so you can see a path to upside. And obviously, again, when James White was in the game, was on the field, I mean, he was a top 24 running back in half PPR. So Edmonds or Mike Williams, full PPR. I'd go with Mike Will there.
I'd go with Mike Williams as well. Sorry, I just hesitated there. We already answered that.
No, Nazar, keep the questions to one. Again, we're working through a lot of comments right now. There's 7.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get to all of them. We'll be on here till like 12:50 or so because we got to make sure our lineups are straight ourselves. But if you want to skip the line, you can super chat or you can reach out to us on Twitter or whatever. Correct. We'll try and get to it before kickoff. Juan says, "Am I good rocking with Vegas defense this week?" Vegas defense should be in a good spot.
Looks good to me. Madison or Damien Williams at flex PPR. I have Madison one spot higher right now.
I'll go with Madison as well.
Start 6, Joe Mixon, Zach Moss. Give me Joe Mixon. I think we've had that question like 5 times.
Yeah.
Give me Jamar Chase there, Joey. Italiano, eh?
Yeah.
Early week 6 waiver advice. I need to see what happens because.
Yeah, I gotta know what happens. I mean, some people I'm sure will talk about like early stashes, so you can get ahead of the waiver crowd. Again, if Rashad Bateman's available, I don't know if he's going to play on Monday, but he's definitely an early week 6 waiver ad that will be talked about if he does play, or even if he doesn't play, he's still going to be talked about.
Bateman, obviously in superflex leagues, like if Geno Smith is available.
Sure. Yeah. Geno Smith in a superflex, definitely worthy of stashing.
Should I start Claypool or Kurt Samuel? Give me Claypool there, JR. Up to all those who played Derrick Henry this week. Yeah.
Thank God Kyle Pitts gave me a nice little advantage because I do play Derrick Henry this week.
Oof. PPR league, Kenny GT Higgins or Alex Madison on the cook is out. Give me Alex Madison there, Caesar.
Yep.
If I traded Galladay or Mike Davis, maybe both, who should I attempt to trade for? Leave that comment to either of us on Twitter because that's something we would have to go more in depth on. I just don't have time right now. Also, should I take this trade in? AJ Brown and Herbert for McCaffrey. I'll take McCaffrey there.
I'll take McCaffrey pretty easily there.
Yeah. So we left off on Pneumatic. We actually got another super chat here. 2 of them actually. So we got one from Scott Master. He says start 2 half PPR. Jamar Chase, Clyde, Deontay Johnson. I would go with Jamar Chase and Deontay Johnson. So the 2 wide receivers here.
I'm sorry, I'm converting the RSD Serbian dollar, I think is what it is.
Yeah, appreciate that. 2 running backs in flex: CH, Chubb, Gibson, Hubbard, Madison, Chenault. 12-team half PPR also have defense: Vegas, Dallas, or Steelers. So for the first question, your 2 running backs in your flex, I would go with Chubb and Madison there.
It's about $3 Canadian, by the way.
Very nice.
About $2.50 American.
I would go with Chubb and Madison as your 2 running backs, and I would actually go with Gibson in your flex. So I would just start the 3 backs there for yourself. 12-team half PPR also have defense.
I would start Madison over Gibson.
No, I'm starting all the 3 running backs: Chubb, Gibson, and Madison.
Oh, sorry, I missed CEH. I thought he was a better running back.
No, Vegas, Dallas, or Steelers. Yeah, he's not really a better running back than anybody.
I saw his name first, so I just assumed he was like an elite running back. But yeah.
Also, Justin, I see your comment now. We'll go up to it then. I must have missed that. Sorry about that. For the second question, Vegas, Dallas, or the Steelers? I'll go with Vegas here against the Bears.
I'll also take Vegas slightly.
Sack upside. Yeah, no, I agree there. Justin, okay, yeah, appreciate that. $0.99 99-cent super chat. He also has a couple questions here. He forgot to include in the super chat. He says Allen Robinson or Devontae Smith. I would go with Devontae Smith here, Justin.
Yep, for sure. We'll make sure Spicy Hot patrols the less. I guess if it's less than $2, it doesn't show up for us at the top. At the top of the screen. So we'll have Spicy Hot patrol those to make sure you guys still get your question in.
Oh yeah, he said it here just on the super. Okay, yeah,
yeah. Okay, so maybe we need to actually pay attention to when Spicy Hot's doing so.
Where do we leave off? Let's try.
I got it. It's nomadic here. I think it's it's nomadic.
Yeah.
Rogers or Jones. Is this Daniel Jones or Aaron Rodgers? I'm assuming. I'll take Aaron Rodgers there.
Aaron Rodgers.
I was thinking it was Aaron Jones and like
I was like Jaquiz Rogers. What?
Yeah.
Gibson, Hunt, or Pittman flex PPR. Give me Gibson there. Yeah. Curtis Samuel, Chase Claypool there for JR. Higgins, Pittman, or Myers need 1 PPR. I'll go with Higgins. Daniel Williams or Antonio Gibson. We literally have a bet on this. I would go with.
I'll take Gibson.
Gibson. Yeah. Especially in a full PPR like
that's close. I need to check my rankings on that one.
I go with Higgins, but it's close.
I have Marvin Jones at 24 and T. Higgins at 26. I would go with Marvin Jones.
Where do I have Marvin Jones? I have Marvin Jones at
27. The
Titans
are giving away points to the wide receiver position. Trevor Lawrence, if Trevor Lawrence plays bad in this game, like I'll be really shocked.
I actually have Marvin Jones 1 spot higher, so I would agree.
I have a lot of Trevor Lawrence, Marvin Jones stacks in DFS lineups this week.
Love that. PPR, Marquise Brown or Antonio Brown? I go with Marquise there slightly.
Little battle of the cousins there.
Amen. Do I bench Gibson for Austin? Do not. Looks
like we got another Serbian dollar chat.
Did we?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, dope. So we left off on BBB. We got another super chat from Nigel. Appreciate that. Why do I have a feeling this will make or break my week this week? Jalen Hurts or Trey Lance? Thanks for all your work. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate that a lot. This is basically Jalen Hurts versus like baby Jalen Hurts from a fantasy standpoint. I'll slightly lean Jalen Hurts here because we've seen it over the course of the year, and I think Jalen Hurts has earned the respect of me as being a must-start quarterback until he proves otherwise.
I agree. It's a tough matchup for Jalen Hurts, which is definitely a little sketchy, but it's not like it's a cake matchup for Trey Lance. So I'll take Jalen Hurts slightly
for sure. And do you know where we left off?
Yeah, BBB. I got it.
All right, click it.
Okay.
Godwin, Higgins, Renfro, Green. I would sit. Renfro versus Green is closer to the flex. So you got Green going up against the 49ers. You have Renfro going up against the Bears. I'll slightly go Green because I think that's got higher scoring matchup capability.
Green has the best matchup on the field too, by the way, in that game. So if you guys are playing DFS, by the way, and you're trying to stack wide receivers with Kyler Murray, I'm going Hopkins and AJ Green this week. I know a lot of people are going to play Christian Kirk, but he actually has the toughest matchup on the field, and that'll differentiate you a little bit. Just so if you wanted some DFS advice, AJ Green, I think, is a good DFS play this week.
I would go with Madison over Jacoby there, Enrid. You already asked that. Again, keep it one. Sorry, Nazir. That's just a lot. Pretty egregious.
Yeah.
Pick 2 full PPR, AB, Damien Williams, and Mixon. I go with 2 running backs here. I'm assuming you agree.
Yep.
Edmonds, Mixon, and CH. Who should I be starting? I would go with CH and Edmonds, but that's very close.
Yeah, I would also go. I would go CH and Mixon. That's like a complete toss up. That's a really tough question.
Aguilar and Deontay Harris. Give me Aguilar there, Kevin. Hopefully we got.
Yeah, I'll take Aguilar too.
We'll go a few more minutes. Diggs, AJ Brown. Holy crap! You go with the first 2, but geez, that's a really loaded receiving core. Yeah. Kevin, you don't need to leave multiple all caps questions of the same question. Okay.
Yeah, I got him in timeout here.
Come on, man. Moss, Mixon, or Madison. Give me Madison there. Madastion. I like that, but
Madastion.
Italian stallion. Thielen, Smith, or OBJ. Full PPR.
Thielen.
Choose one. I'll go with Thielen. Yeah. CD Lamb, DJ Moore, AJ Brown. Oh my god, that's crazy. I mean, I'll sit CD, but like I don't want to.
Yeah, I got CD the lowest, so I'm sitting CD for sure.
Yeah, like I have Moore at like 6, AJ Brown at like 8, and CD at like 11. Like
you have AJ Brown at 8?
Yeah.
Oh, Jags. Wow. Okay, I'm
coming
too
back
low on
against
him.
the Jags.
I'm gonna move him up a little bit just for that.
There you go.
I'm moving him up to. I had him at like 14.
Oh, you're like, I gotta ease
I have
back
him
in.
I just traded for him this week.
Oh, yeah, dude. The thing that like gives me a lot of confidence is that this is a guy who does not practice when he's in healthy weeks, and he registered
played through like 2 knee injuries last year, and
he wouldn't practice in weeks like he was quote unquote healthy, and this week he got 2 full practices in. So like if he's not healthy, I am utterly confused.
Oh my god, Kyle Pitts made like a one-handed catch. Holy shit, I didn't even see that.
I would go with Williams. Bush would go with Gibson here. So sorry if that's no help to you, Benjamin, but either way,
yeah, it's absolutely no help.
Like Dave's like, yeah, the classic garbage. Edmonds or Sanders? I'd go with Edmonds. Their steak, classic. Is that LeBron? Yeah, he's got a picture of LeBron. This is PFE. I'd love to see that. Ayuk or Galladay at flex this week. Do you need ceiling or do you need floor? Because I think Galladay's got the floor. Ayuk's got the ceiling here.
Yeah, I agree with that take.
Pick 2 standard. I'll go Brown. Oh, Brown for sure. Brown and McLaurin.
Yeah,
I'd go
with Brown and McLaurin as well.
I actually shouldn't be saying this because Mike Williams has been getting a lot of targets. I was going to say Mike Williams is more of like a standard like touchdown scoring type of player, but this year we've actually seen him transition into like that quote unquote big X possession guy. Either way, though, I think McLaurin and AJ Brown have to be in your lineup.
Yep.
Should I start Chase Edmonds? Need to know your other options there. I start 5 PPR. Hubbard, Smith, Madison, Myers. Okay, so Madison, Hubbard, Smith. I would go with Madison, Hubbard, Smith, Myers, and Boyd.
I would also go with that. Yeah, I would. I would start Chenault over Hubbard.
Interesting. Yeah, and a full PPR. That's really close, even though he's injured. Yeah, that's fair. I would still go. CD Lamb easily there, Ahmed. We already answered that, but sit Renfro here, BBB. Swift or Madison today? I would go with Swift, but I like both of them. I'm assuming you agree there, Bush?
Swift yes, I would go Swift as well.
PPR start 2, Chenault, Sanders, possible heavy rain, Hubbard, Elijah Mitchell. I go with Chenault. I would still go with Chenault and Sanders here. You got the highest scoring volatility there for both those teams. You got the Jaguars going up against the Titans, and you got the Bills going up against the Chiefs. So
real quick, who would you start in my situation? So my starting lineup is really good, but I have one flex spot that's a little down right now. So would you go with Javonte Williams, Nelson Aguilar, or Brian Edwards? Or KJ Osborne too. I think I'm gonna go with Williams, but
I'll go with Williams there. Also,
I don't feel confident in it though.
We got one other super chat from Nigel here, so we left.
And we'll probably head off after the super chat just because.
Yeah. Again, if we didn't get to your question, DM us on Twitter. Also, have we eclipsed 7K yet, or are we?
Let me check.
Yeah. Oh, I just checked. We're at it. It says. Are we on the dot?
I'm refreshing my page currently.
7K on the dot. It says.
7K on the dot. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. So, quickly leave this. Sell Kyle.
No.
Kyle
Pitts. If you have Kyle Pitts, keep him on your team.
Yeah, we actually had this.
Especially if this is a dynasty question. Do not sell Kyle Pitts if this is a dynasty question.
Absolutely, and we're getting all the Screen Variety TV ads in the comments.
Sure. The classic bots. So, now, if somebody wants to break the bank for Kyle Pitts, I'm always willing to sell somebody if somebody's going to overpay for them, but I'm not actively looking to shop Kyle Pitts. I would rather have Kyle Pitts than pretty much every tight end in fantasy not named Darren Waller or Travis Kelce right now. Like him and Hawkinson to me is a conversation.
I was about to say that too. I was going to ask, who would you rather have rest of the season?
I'd probably still I don't know, man. It's close because Kyle Pitts has better usage than TJ Hawkinson gets. TJ Hawkinson is still a traditional inline tight end.
Like this is a question of stability versus upside. Because I think like stability wise, you can probably expect Hawkinson to be like that quote unquote wide receiver 1 of the offense with the Lions. But on the flip side, I mean,
Pitts is the wide receiver 2 of his offense.
Wide receiver 2 of his offense.
And he plays wide receiver, which is the big difference for me.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree there. And he's a much more athletic option. So
I appreciate the Serbian super chats too. I had to look up what the currency was when you first did it.
For sure. And for all of you who did not get your questions answered, unfortunately, just like DM either of us on Twitter. So I'll show that.
Show the Twitters right now.
Yeah. Let me click off the super chat. You guys can see our Twitters on the screen. If you want to reach me, DannyFootball59 on Twitter. If you want to reach Corey at FootballStock. There's 46 of the people of you in here. We'll do our best to try to, over these last 7 minutes, get you your last second advice. And we'll head off because we got to set our own lineup. So peace out. Enjoy some red zone. Enjoy some football all day because I will.
Yep. Peace out.